ดีครับKasit Piromya once again. I would like to repeat a bit of what I have been saying the past few times about the political situation in Thailand in terms of instability. But before going into the details, I just want to mention, I think from a comparative point of view, that the political situation in Thailand lacks the stability when compared to the political situation in the neighboring countries such as Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, the Philippines, or even East Timor. All of these countries, okay, except Myanmar, which is in the state of civil war, has stability. And once the country is stable, the political situation is stable, then the state or the government can function accordingly. But what has been happening in Thailand, especially for the past 1 year, and from now on until the early months of next year, 2023, the outlook doesn't look conducive indeed. It's quite perturbing from my point of view. And I'm deeply concerned about the ongoing instability of Thai political arena, and it seems to be even rising more and more. Why? Because of the politicking inside the parliament, the conflicts, competition, mud-slinging between political parties and so on, the jockeying for position to be in the, I think, advantageous position and so on. There is this impending issue of the future of the Thai Prime Minister General Prayut under consideration by the Constitutional Court, which will come out with a decision on the 30th of September whether General Prayut has already completed an 8-year maximum term under the present constitution. Whatever the outcome, negative or positive for General Prayut it will not bode well for Thai political future. If it is negative for him, then a lot of issues will be debated, discussed, decided inside the parliament on the question of the next Thai Prime Minister. How are we going to get the next Thai Prime Minister? Okay, based on the existing rules of the Constitution and the organic laws and so on pertaining to political parties and politicians and so on. But if it is positive for him, in the sense that the interpretation and the spirit and letters of the Constitution says that he has not yet completed the 8-year period, because the counting of the 8-year period should have not started on the day that a few days after he staged the coup d'etat and became the Thai Prime Minister. But it should start counting the first day within the context of the present constitution. And if that were to be decided in favor of him, everyone in the Kingdom of Thailand is expecting that there will be massive street protests against the constitutional ruling. So that's one major point, that there will be, I think, conflict in the Thai society. Then on top of that, under the present constitution, the parliamentary term of this parliament will end in the month of March of the year 2023. So another 6 months, which means that every political party will have to prepare for the next elections, the campaign for the next elections and so on. Selection of candidates, coming out with a manifesto or policy paper to offer to the government and so on, to carry out public speeches, to enter party debates for the public to hear, and finally to judge and decide which party they could to support and so on. So there will be a lot of commotion inside the Thai political arena, both in the parliament and outside the parliament, on the street, at the rallying points, through the medias and so on. So what does it mean? It means that the government as well as the opposition parties would not have the hearts and the mind or the attention to pay to the welfare of the country in the midst of rising inflation, cost of living, uncertainty of life in general and so on. On top, beside the COVID-19, which is still, I think, affecting the society as a whole. So the political class of Thailand will not be in the position to serve the people and to serve the society, because they will be, I think, too busy, too occupied with their own political affairs, with their own political future, especially to win as many seats as possible in the House of Representatives and so on. So without that attention and the hearts and mind to serve the people, then where is Thailand? It will be moving along like a ship without a captain, a ship without a rudder and so on. And this is something that I am deeply concerned, and I have been calling for the government and political parties and so on, the opposition, that they have to be able to do two things at the same time. One, serve themselves, the politicking side of it, the political campaign, the elections and so on, very well. But at the same time, they have to have the time and the attention to serve the society as a whole, because there are so many challenges, as I have mentioned. And for any political leader, if he or she is the real political leader, he or she must be able to lead the country. Okay? On one hand, lead his own political parties and movement and set up and so on, and at the same time lead the Thai society as a whole. And without that ability, it means that the immediate future of Thailand will very much be in the negative, and the competitive position of Thailand vis-a-vis other developing countries and so on will be in decline. And Thailand will have, I think, the image of an unruly political scene, not in the position to deal with other countries in a forthright and substantive manner. It will be out of the international radar screen, overlooked, overpassed, ignored. But Thailand cannot afford to do that, because its very life is very much connected to the world at large, part of the globalization, part of the capitalist international market economy. And Thailand, throughout its modern history, has been part and parcel of the international activities and so on. But of late, Thailand has been bogged down with its own internal affairs, and so far has failed to emerge out of this political infighting, inward looking, to take up the challenges before it, and so on. So let's rally ourselves together in order to push the political class to serve the country and be less active in their political affairs. I think they owe it to us, and we, the people, as the sovereign entity, has every right to dictate the political class to take stock of themselves, to turn around and serve the country. Otherwise, Thailand will keep on going down the drain, and that makes my heart very heavy indeed. And I think friends and all around, if you can say something to the Thai political leadership, it would be much welcome indeed. I think all of you have the goodwill and the good intention for the Thailand. So let us work together as much as possible. Thank you very much. ขอบคุณมากครับ